Is that over there? I know, hang on. Hello. I was waiting to see if we're actually going to go live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen on Thursday night. Yeah, I had to stop and think. Sorry, folks. It has been a killer of a week. I'm exhausted. So if I laugh at weird things or say something odd, forgive me. I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Move that up there so I'm not tempted to play with it. Is that all right? Yeah, good. So who have we got? Michelle, Maureen, Narelle, Diana, Leonie, Pamela, Julie, another Leonie Graham, Katrina, Leanne, sorry. I'm told you I'm saying weird things and I need new glasses, obviously. Janice, Priya, Freya, Katrina. Oh, sorry. Gosh, I need to make new glasses. We'll get the print bigger. Welcome and thank you for joining us. And I am going to just make the print bigger so I can see you. Because just give me a second, folks. And there we go. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Now I can actually read it. Hello. Now, alrighty. Hello, everyone. Yes. So I know I've been getting lots of messages that you're all doing really well with your pantry challenge. I'm loving seeing what you're all doing. And talk about creative. I went and spent $6 today at Coles and bought bread. I could have made it. I have yeast, I have flour, I have sugar, I have water, I have oil, I've got chia seeds, I've got everything. I just frankly don't have the energy to even get the bread maker out. So I bought 3 loaves of bread. The Coles bread's gone up to $2 a loaf, but it's slightly more substantial than the 85-cent, or I think it's $1 now, other bread. So 2 are in the freezer. 1 will do us for tomorrow's lunches and breakfast, and we'll see how we go for the rest of the weekend. Otherwise, we're pretty set. I haven't spent any other grocery money. I swapped the meal plan around last night, and we had a maximum beef curry with mash instead of whatever was on the meal plan because I felt like it, and I really like the maximum curry. Hannah had mash because she doesn't like the maximum curry, so but that's the way it goes. Otherwise, they had pizza tonight according to the meal plan and using whatever we had in the fridge, so that was really good. So it's not been too hard so far, but it is only 2 days in. I was thinking as I was wandering around the car park trying to find one this afternoon that I didn't time it very well for me, did I? Because I could have done this after I'd done my shopping so that I had a full fridge and freezer, but it's pretty full anyway. And we won't need milk because we have tons of milk, and if we run out, there's powdered milk if we get desperate. So we're doing okay. There's been a few odd comments from people. Come on, folks. Stick to the plan. It's $20. Feed your family from your pantry, and you've got $20 to fill in the gaps if you need to. If you don't need to, don't worry about it. But that's it. It's pretty simple. There's no odd bods and no weird things happening. Eat from your fridge, your freezer, your pantry, whatever you've got. Get creative. Make your meals. And if you need to fill in with milk or bread, or you need 3 potatoes for the end of the week, then go and buy them, but you can't spend more than $20. And I think that's pretty simple. And it's really interesting to see how creative people have been. If you pop on over to Cheapskates Chatter on Facebook, there's some really tasty ideas coming up from it. So I think that's pretty neat. Okay. All right, now, how are we going? I'm going to show you, hello. Someone just said something. Oh, hello, Margarita. Thank you, Cath. Thank you, Pamela. Years ago, don't know, a gazillion years ago when doing your colours was all the rage. This was one of the colours that's supposed to suit me best. So it's hard to get. Go figure. And if you're not careful with the style, I always feel like I'm in pyjamas, because it feels like a bedtime colour. But never mind. Thank you. And that's really nice. Hi, Catherine. Cool. Priya hasn't spent anything yet, but she's going to get bananas and potatoes. Glennis hasn't spent anything yet. Great. Hello, Melissa Kay. Alrighty. So, like I said, I'm going to show you how to do a cheats cobbler. And it really is a cheats cobbler. It's really inexpensive and really easy. If you're in a hurry or you're super tired or you have unexpected visitors, this is the dessert that you want to make, because all you need is some tinned fruit or frozen fruit, a cake mix, some butter, and maybe some sugar. And the sugar's optional. I'll explain that in a minute. But all you do is, this is one of the big tins of fruit. Now, this is $2 at Coles. Where's my can opener gone? Can you see the can opener anywhere? No. Oh. I had it a minute ago. What did they do with it? I lost the can opener, folks. Now we're in trouble.
Is it not a pull tab at the bottom?
Nope. Here it is, hiding in the drawer, would you believe? I had it a minute ago. Right. Step 1, open your tin of fruit. So just open the tin of fruit. I love my can opener. The boys bought this for me for Christmas 4 or 5 years ago, maybe longer. It's really good. It's left or right-handed, but it's one of the ones that actually unwinds it and takes the sharp edge off, and it's got a lifter-upper. See? Bazinga. Now, take your pie dish. This is and on an apron. Put your fruit into the pie dish, juice and all. Now, this is fruit in syrup, and I deliberately buy the fruit in syrup for this dish so I don't have to add extra sugar. If you buy fruit in juice or fruit in water, you will need to add sugar to sweeten it, but you can do that, you know, your tastes. Spread it around, make it all pretty in the dish, and then get a sharp knife to open your 75-cent cake mix. Now, this is the one from Coles. You can use Woolworths, you can use Aldi, Black and Gold, whatever you like. It's easy enough to do, and it's just vanilla. You can use butter or chocolate if you really want to. It'll give it a different flavour. Sprinkle the cake mix over the top. Ta-da! As evenly as you can. Fingers in there. Just like so. Fold that up. Now, take a trusty fork, and if I move all this, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to sort of fold it through. You want the cake mix to be moistened, not soggy and wet, because you don't want it to turn into a cake. You want it to be a cobbler. So just stir it in so that it gets a bit moistened. Doesn't matter if it's on your fruit, because it's all going to get covered up anyway. You could, if you really wanted to, drain the fruit, put the fruit in, then mix the cake mix into the syrup. But honestly, it's just dirtying another container. Now, I didn't grease this dish. You don't need to. It doesn't stick. Okay, so that's just moistened. There's still some dry bits in there. Okay, but it's just pretty much moistened. It's not beaten in or anything. Let me wipe my hands. I've got the oven on heating at 180. Pop that to the side, and you'll need some butter or margarine if you want to use margarine. It's up to you for this. about 100 grams of butter. So, and I like to cut it into little squares roughly the same size. So I cut it in half, then I cut that in half, then I cut that one in half, and they go in half, and they go in half, and it gives me, had the butter out of the fridge for a while and under the light so it's getting soft, like that. Then just lay them neatly and evenly over the top of the fruit and cake mix, just like so. Just pop them on. Now, about now, if you need to sweeten your fruit, now's the time you do it. You sprinkle that with a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of sugar. It's up to you, and that's it done. That's it. It's ready to go in the oven. And again, I have to wipe my hands. So you pop it in the oven. And set your timer for, let's see, 35 minutes. There we go. And let it bake. And it's beautiful. It comes out and it's delicious, and you can have it with ice cream and cream, you can have it with cream, you can have it with custard, however you would normally have your cobbler. Now the beauty of this is, apart from being so super quick and cheap, you can use apricots, you can use pears, you could use 2 fruits, you could use fruit salad.
But it's strawberries.
If you don't, plums are nice in it. The plums are beautiful in it. And if you do it with plums, instead of plain cream, use sour cream with a little bit of vanilla and some sugar. And it just, oh, yum, so good. So whip the vanilla and the sugar into the sour cream. Just a little dab on with the plums. Really nice. But if you don't have tinned fruit, you can use frozen fruit. So you can use blueberries or raspberries or strawberries or forest fruits or whatever. If you use the frozen fruit, though, that's hard to say when you're tired. If you use the frozen fruit, you won't have obviously any syrup or water. So you'll need to add about 1.25 cups to 1.5 cups of water. Put your berries or whatever in the bottom of the dish. Pour the water, put your cake mix over the top, pour the water over it, mix it through, dot it with butter, bung it in the oven. It's that easy. It's really easy. There's nothing else you need to do now but wait for it to cook. So super quick, super easy, my type of dessert. It makes Wayne happy because he feels like he's being loved because he's getting something sweet for a treat. And I like it because it's easy. You know, it's uncomplicated, and there's really very little mess from making it because you make it in the dish it gets cooked in. And it works out to, depending on the fruit, between 45 and 50 cents a serve. So that's not too bad. If you're on a tight budget, you need a fancy dessert, try that. Hello, Yvonne J. You're from South Australia. Welcome. I post on, if you want to know when we're on, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 Melbourne time. And I post on Facebook. I put in our newsletter, our weekly newsletter, what's coming up, and I post them on Facebook, a reminder on Facebook. But if you don't use Facebook or you forget or whatever, there's underneath there's a subscribe button. If you hit that and then hit the bell next to it, click the subscribe button, click the bell next to it, you'll automatically be reminded. YouTube will remind you when something's coming up, and you won't have to rely on me. Sorry, folks, I'm losing my voice. You won't have to rely on me. That's a bit better. you won't have to rely on me. I'm really going to be hoarse tomorrow to send the reminders out and let you know what's coming up. Okay. It is Yum Barb, thank you. And Lynette, couldn't get any easier. Look, all I've got to clean up is a knife and a fork.
And a plate.
And the plate, because I had the butter on it. But in all honesty, if I'd been doing this for us at home, I'd have left the butter in the paper and cut it in the paper. I wouldn't have put it on a plate. I was trying to be nice. Slightly more brought up instead of dragged up, perhaps. Okay. Oh, you were on notifications. Okay. That's interesting. Hi, Annette. How are you going? Needs to be in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. Check it after half an hour. It will depend on your oven, Catherine, whether it's fan force, gas, electricity, whatever. All ovens are different. You know, you can have the same brand of oven side by side and they'll cook differently. It's just the way it is. So you will know your oven, but check it after about half an hour and it should be golden on top and cooked. The sponge should be cooked. It shouldn't be oozing or anything. And you'll know. If it needs a bit longer, then put it in for a few more minutes. Okay. Hello, Victoria. Welcome. Kalgoorlie is a beautiful spot. Now, when was I in Kalgoorlie? About 3 years ago. Maureen, your boys will love it. It's really good. You'll get there, Annette, don't worry. Baby steps, bit by bit. Okay. Oh, Melissa answered for me. Thank you. All right. So, all right. Now I'm showing you. I'll say goodnight. No. I can show you what it looks like when it's cooked. I can tell you now you know why Wayne's happy. Can you see? There it is. This is one I made before. I made one earlier. So, and it is really nice. With cream or custard or ice cream, and Wayne came home and went, dessert. I went, no, weekend maybe if you behave. He's got to earn his desserts. So he'll be happy with that. But that's what it looks like, something like that. You see a bit of peaches, the sponges on the top. It's all golden on top and nice on the bottom. Really good. Oh, ricotta, Maureen, well done. Very well done. So, all right. Now, I was going to, I've forgotten what I was going to do. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I'm so tired. Something else I was going to talk about. Can you remember, Flossie? No. Oh, yeah. Guys, we're slowly making changes. You may have noticed there's some things have disappeared and some new things have appeared, and since January we've been fiddling around and doing different things. I should stand up straighter, sorry. But we were wondering, because I know I use a diary. I use my diary all the time, and it is a 98-cent school diary from Kmart or Aldi, whoever gets them first. And I use that for everything. I use it for my appointments. I use it for birthdays. I use it for meal planning. I use it to track our expenses, to track my spending, to plan our holidays and things. It's a bill tracker. It works really well for me. We were wondering, we were really curious to know, because we've been looking at planners. Yikes, there's an awful lot of planners around, and some of them are very expensive. I was wondering, I know Barb uses a planner. I was wondering if anyone else has a planner that they especially like, and what do you like about it? Because I'm having trouble getting my school diary. And I know it's only June, but I like to plan ahead. And if I've got to change a habit of 15 years or more, I need to work up the courage to do it. So I would absolutely love to know, if you use a planner, which one you use and what you like about it. Oh, Victoria, next time we're over there, look, we travel all over the place. We travel all over the place. Every year we travel somewhere. So I will let you know next time we're heading your way. Lynette, yes, you can freeze it if you need to. I reheat it in the microwave, again, because it's quick and easy and it's cheaper than turning on the oven and fluffing with foil and whatever. So yeah, you can freeze it. It freezes quite well.
Annette would like to know, can you use it with fresh apples?
You would need to stew them first because it's not in the oven long enough for the apples to cook. But yeah, if you've got home stewed fruit, I've got apricots in the freezer that I could use. You could use pineapple. Anyone that's close to an SPC factory outlet or factory shop, they often have the pineapple and the pie apricot on sale, about $1 a can. It's really, really cheap. It's almost cheaper than, in fact, often it is cheaper than buying the fruit and stewing it yourself. So try that, but it works really well. Priya uses a calendar on her smartphone. Sorry, Priya, technologically incompetent. She got from Kiki K. Isn't Kiki K? Rhiannon uses Kiki K. Kiki K has pretty stuff.
I swapped over to Leanne Daily Baker.
Okay. Leanne Baker Daily.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Barb wants to know, are you talking about her or other Barb?
You, Barb. You, Barb. Sorry. Yeah, Hannah's got a Leanne Baker Daily. Everything monthly, daily, weekly, meal planning pages, budget pages. Okay. Can you get refills for it easily?
No, you've got to buy a new one each year.
Oh, okay.
Because the covers always have the year on it.
Oh, okay.
So they get away with it.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
It's nice.
Oh, it isn't. You
feel the
planner, isn't it? Stop it. Nobody knows that joke except us.
Wendy does.
Well, Wendy's not here. Yeah, so, and somebody's, I can't see who it is, because stupid, Wayne bought me a new mouse and it turns itself off. Rhiannon, a cheap diary refill each year and print off other inserts from the planning essential. Perfect. So you do your own meal planning. So that's what I've been looking at them, and I plan our meals. I have a set meal plan, Monday through or Sunday through Saturday. It goes in a week, and I like to know what we're having, and then I like my shopping list next to it so that I can go, this is what we need, that's what I haven't bought in the stockpile, so that's what I need to get, and keep it going like that. But I haven't found a commercial planner that actually works that way for me yet, because I'm being fussy, I'm told.
Barb has the Leanne Baker Daily. It was her birthday present to herself last year.
Cool. Well done. Okay. Are you happy with it? Yeah. Who said check it every day? Priya. Yeah. When the kids were at school, we had a massive calendar that I would get every year. It was like a family calendar, and it had a slot for, and it was a really good one because there were 5 things, because there's Wayne and I and the 3 kids, so that we each had a place on the planner where we could write, I could write who had swimming, who had hockey, who had football, who had basketball, when there were trains, who had school photos coming up, all that sort of thing. And it worked really well while the kids were at school. But of course, once they left school, we didn't need such a ginormous thing. It was huge, great big thing like this. But it worked really well when the kids were at school. I could track school holidays and who had play dates and sleepovers and birthday parties and whatever. So, yeah. Right. The planner making business. Well, we might. We're working on some ebooks at the moment. And of course our book. But we're working on some ebooks. One of them will be on meal planning, because it's something I know lots of people struggle with, and something I've been doing for, how old are you? 24 years I've been doing it. Actually physically doing a meal plan for 24 years. And these days I actually plan a year in advance. So I start in October, so come October I will start planning 2020's meals. I'll go through, see what we've got in the freezer and the fridge and the stockpile and what we're using. I'll go back over this year's meal plan and see what we didn't like, what we really loved, slot them in that way, and I do the whole year. So come 1st of January, I have the whole year planned in Excel, which suits me down to the ground. When for a while there I'd print it off, it was 4 A4 sheets, and I'd tape it together and stick it to the front of the freezer to keep the troops happy so they could check and see what we were having every night. And pity help me if I didn't stick to the plan, because someone would complain. So Memo, yeah, cool. Oh, when it comes to meal planning, most of us eat the same foods over and over and over. There's probably, for the average family, there's probably between 30 and 45 meals that they, is that Thomas?
Yeah, I think you need a drink.
Oh, pass me a cup, Tom.
No.
There's between 30 and 45 meals that most families eat regularly. Now, if you look at our meal plan, every Thursday is pizza. It works really well because they get their own, they make their own mess, they clean up their own mess. I don't have to worry about it. It's my night off from cooking. And although now I cook for you guys, but that's different. So every Thursday is pizza. So planning the Thursday night meals for a year is simple. Friday night and Saturday night I use as our fake away meals. So they'll often be dim sims and spring rolls and fried rice, or hamburgers, or fish and wedges, and I'd like to put salad or coleslaw with it just for something a bit green. Things like that. In winter, soup and toasties, muffin surprise, those sorts of things feature mostly for Fridays and Saturdays, because it's the end of the week, we're tired, and Saturday I don't work. I don't do housework, I don't cook, I don't do laundry or anything. Saturday is my day off. So it has to be something that I can either prepare ahead or something simple that we can have that's easy on a Saturday. Sundays are always a roast. And I alternate between chicken, beef, chicken, lamb, chicken, beef, chicken, lamb. And you'll see that coming through regularly too on our meal plan. And that's just a night where we're all together, we all have our main meal, we all can do what we've got to do. And so Sunday night's easy to plan too. Then I just fill in the others with whatever we feel like. This year I've made Tuesday nights a pasta dish. So it might be spag bowl, it could be refrigerated lasagna, it could be ravioli, it could be Alfredo, tortellini, it could just be plain old pasta bake, but it's a pasta dish, and that helps too. So then that just leaves Monday and Wednesday, and Monday is usually the leftovers of the roast in some form. So if we've had chicken, it could be sweet and sour chicken, or it could be chicken fried rice, or it could be chicken enchiladas. If we've had roast beef, it could be cottage pie, it could be rissoles, it could just be roast beef and gravy on buns, something like that. Lamb could be shepherd's pie with a sweet lamb curry, which is absolutely an Australian dish, but so good. I'm glad it's Australian. It's delicious, and you need very little meat to make a great meal. So Monday night is their leftover Sunday night, which just leaves Wednesday. And it used to be that Hannah worked late on Wednesdays, so Wednesday was our spicy night because she doesn't like spicy food. But now we just have, it might be schnitzel, it could be parmas, it could be sausages and onion gravy and mash, it could be meatloaf. She'd kill for meatloaf at the moment, wouldn't you? Rissoles, something like that. It's easy enough to do. You just get into the habit of it and think about what you like. The way to start is to sit down with a pen and paper or on your phone or on your pooter and list all the dinners that you like. So you like roast chicken, you like honey soy chicken, you like sweet and sour chicken, you like chicken soup, rissoles, fish cakes, sausages, hot dogs, parmas, whatever, chow mein, all sorts of things, and just go from there and make your list and then just choose nights to slot them in. The best part is when you have a meal plan, you actually don't have to stick to it, as in Monday night is says it's going to be sweet and sour chicken. Well, you might not feel like sweet and sour chicken, you might feel like the curried beef that you've got down for Wednesday night. Just swap them around. And even if you don't actually make sweet and sour chicken that week, it gives you the ideas, and you know, at least you know when you're shopping what you need to buy or what you need to keep on hand to make those meals. And pretty much most meals for most families are basically this, not only a small number, but basically use the same ingredients. It's just how you prepare them that makes them different. So if you've got the ingredients for a curry, you've probably got the ingredients for rissoles. You've got the ingredients for a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie or even just a plain meat pie. It's just how you put them together. So it's just almost the peace of mind of knowing that you can go and look and go, okay, honey soy chicken, beautiful, done. And you know what you're going to cook. You don't have to stress. You can get up in the morning, take whatever out of the freezer, pop it in the fridge, and it's ready to go when you get home. There's no thinking about it. And that, I think, for most busy households is the hard part, the thinking about it. It's not the doing it, it's the thinking about it. When you don't have to think about it, the job's half done. Okay. Janice has 2 fussy eaters, and she's thinking just to have them tell me what they will eat. So put them in the meal plan. Janice, that's a really good idea. Fussy eaters kind of annoy me a bit. If there's no reason, as in no health reason for them to be fussy, they're just being fussy, then my kids never got much sympathy. If it's good enough for me to take the time to prepare a meal, it's good enough for them to eat it and to say thank you at the end of the meal. And all my kids do. Thank you, Mum, always at the end of a meal. Whether they liked it or not, I still get a thank you. So if you have a child with a food allergy or a food intolerance, or there might be a sensory issue, that's a different thing. If they're just being fussy, then perhaps you could say to them, Monday night you cook, Wednesday night you cook, and see what they come up with. And give them the option. Otherwise, it's, again, if I've been gracious enough to give up my time and my energy to prepare a meal for them, then they should be gracious enough to accept it and eat it. If they really don't like something, they can say to you, I really don't like sweet potato because it feels slimy, or whatever. Don't give it to them. I know I have one who won't eat mashed potato, and it's a texture thing. He doesn't like mashed potato. So before I mash the potato, I just take his out and put it on his plate. That's easy enough to do. I have another one that won't eat cooked carrot. So when we do carrots, I just put his raw carrots, shreds of raw carrot on his plate. He'll eat the raw carrot. He just doesn't like the texture and the taste of cooked carrot. So I don't do it. That's easy enough to do. And if you know, then you can work around it without changing your meal plan and without having to change your budget, your grocery budget too much. Coorong. I used to have I had a couple of lovely planners from Coorong years ago. Very nice. Drama, yeah, drama queens. They're everywhere. Hello, Karen T. We've missed you. Glad you could join us. Look, when our kids were little, I'm sure I've told you this before, they'd go, I don't like that. So the rule was 5 because they could count to 5. They knew 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They knew 5. So if they didn't like beans, they had to have 5 pieces of bean, chopped up bean, 5 peas, 5 bits of carrot, 5 little bits of broccoli or whatever. They could eat 5, they knew 5, they understood it. They may not have liked it, but they did it because they understood it. What I found was over time, I could increase the amount that I was giving them until they were getting a normal serve and they would eat it without complaining. So I wasn't stressing that they weren't getting their veggies and they weren't stressing that they were being forced to eat something they didn't like. They just did it. What's a shame?
Jana says Coorong closed down their store in Hobart.
Oh, no.
Had really good deals.
Oh, that is a shame.
I like Coorong. Had a nice cafe.
Yeah, we used to go to Coorong quite a bit. We did like Coorong. Oh, that's a shame. You can still do online sales for Coorong though, because I'm too lazy to drive. Okay, so stop laughing at me. Kathy had some sad, dry sultanas, made the loaf with tea and cut it up and froze slices for brekkie on the run.
Oh, is that the 3 ingredient one?
Yeah, the 2 cups of tea, 2 cups of fruit, 2 cups of flour, beat it all up. Dad loves that. That's really nice toasted, Kathy. Oh, so good toasted. A little bit of butter and some jam. Oh gosh, like it needs more sugar, but anyway, it's really good. I don't know. Yeah, hot tea for your fruit will plump it up beautifully and gives it a nice flavour too. And isn't that odd that you would think that tea would have such a nice flavour in a cake, but it really does. Thank you, James. Yes, well done.
Who's James?
From Bowers family. It says James here. Oh, he had 2 fussy boys. Yeah. You know what? Kids go through stages. Adults go through stages. Sometimes I look at something and go, you know what? I really don't want it. I don't want it. Now, my argument against that is I'm the cook, so I get to choose. Someone else doesn't like what I'm cooking, they're welcome to take over and cook what they like. But I'm the cook, so I get to choose. But even so, sometimes you look at something and I just don't want it. And I often wonder if that's not because we eat too well. We are spoilt for choice when it comes to food in Australia. Even on a budget, we eat very, very well and have a huge variety. So I often wonder if perhaps we're not just spoilt and we should go back to meat, 3 veg, bread and butter and jam and be done with it. Rolled oats for breakfast, live like that for a little while and see whether our tastes change and how much we appreciate then the other things that we have. Anyway, I'm full of theories tonight. Told you I was tired. Okay. Husbands can be told as much as they like.
Making book.
Rhiannon, that'd be great. Love it. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Very clever if you can make a video. Woohoo.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, I can hear the tick, tick, ticking. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I don't want to take it out because it'll fall. But it's still got quite a while to go. Anyway, that's our cobbler. That's how easy it is. That's how inexpensive it is. If you use butter, it will be a bit more expensive than if you use margarine. Doesn't really matter. Now, someone was asking me about margarine versus butter in cooking on Tuesday night. Sorry, I've forgotten who it was. I did some research. In the UK, they have margarine. Here it's known as pastry margarine, and apparently it's used a lot by commercial bakeries and things.
Is that why you can get that weird taste on the top of your mouth?
It might be. It's called pastry margarine, and it is designed, it's different to the table margarine, to the margarine we spread on our sandwiches and things. So I'm inclined to think that I was trying to figure out whether there was an Australian equivalent. All I could come up with was either Frymaster, which sounds gross because I always thought Frymaster was a lard type thing, but I'm not sure, or the Fairy cooking margarine, which is in the yellow block in the dairy cabinet. Yeah, so and I'm not sure on the price of that, how that would work out compared to butter price-wise. But it has more fats in it than regular table. The pastry margarine has more fats in it than regular table margarine. So it holds better for pastry, and apparently it was invented or created or whatever, especially for baking in pastries and cakes and biscuits. So yeah. 6 loaves of bread, well done. Hope there's room in the freezer. Otherwise, there's bread and butter pudding, bread rissoles, bread fritters, French toast, toasted sandwiches. You could be eating bread for a while. Yeah. Oh, if you've got a birthday party coming up too, it might be good for sandwiches.
Fairy bread.
Hannah said fairy bread for the birthday party.
It's the 21st. It's 2020.
Oh. Janice, when it's cold, if you're in Tassie and down south, it's going to be much colder than here. I sit my bowl with the dough in it over the heater vent and cover it with a tea towel to let it rise.
It works.
It works. I've been known to have the clothes horse over the top of the bowl, over the heater vent, with the bowl in the gap between the legs, when I'm doing bread that way. Otherwise, I just do it in the bread maker. Yeah. So, but if you have a sunny window, even if it's not particularly sunny, the warmth of the glass coming, the warmth of the sun coming, or the rays coming through the glass will warm it up. Or the back window of your car, and park your car in the sun. And that works well too. And I think Karen does that. Is Karen on tonight? No, I haven't seen her. Yeah.
Natalie did the Vegemite in hot water that you're talking about, so it wasn't as bad as sounds.
Yay! See? Look, if it was a bit weak, you need to add more Vegemite. If it was a bit too salty, a bit less Vegemite. You'll find the perfect brew. It's actually, Anna's got her nose screwed up. She looks like a rabbit. It's really good, and it actually warms you up really well. So well done for trying it, Natalie. That's a really good thing. Okay, well, I'm really going to lose my voice now. So I think, folks, if this, you've seen what we look like done. There's one in the oven that looks almost like that. I'd take it out and show you, but I don't want it to fall. So I might sign off for now and leave it till and see you all on Tuesday. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It really does help with our YouTube ratings if you give us a thumbs up. It just makes it easier when you go to search for us to find us if we have all those thumbs up. And of course, subscribe and hit the little bell if you need to be notified. Oh, cool. See, Glennis used to give her babies what's better than juice or Coke or all those horrible things that you see people giving their babies in bottles. Goodness me. Well done, Glennis. Look, well, it's full of vitamin B. It's very good for them.
Just give me the teaspoon of it. I don't need to drink it.
Thumbs up underneath me should be on the YouTube screen. Straight underneath me, you should be able to see a thumb. There should be a thumb. I think they go like that. Is that right? And then next to it's the subscribe button and the bell. So we want the thumbs up, not the thumbs down. We want lots of thumbs ups. Yeah. Oh well.
Not in place of juice, Mum.
Not in place.
Well, we can.
Babies don't need juice. Vitamin B, lots of vitamin B in Vegemite from the yeast, good for them. So, and it would have helped them in their teething. So that sounds really good. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I will see you on Tuesday night. Have a lovely weekend. We're going to have a nice weekend here. Sunny, a bit cool, but sunny. So that will be good. Glad we could help you, Vicky. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, 301 Jules. Night, Glennis. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I shall see you on Tuesday.
Toodles.
Yeah, toodles. That's what Hannah says. Toodles.
That's my message.
There we go.